type of game you think you're going to see?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it can lead to guys trying to do too much, but when it's at its best with this kind of athleticism on display, I think you're going to see a high-octane, fun game.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Matthews and Middleton, the two wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the 5. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Hornets. Pass to Bridges. Here's the 3. Drains the three-pointer.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Now here's Giannis. The kick out to Matthews. Shot clock at 6. And it's off from three-point range. Matthews against Batum. First quarter, just over a minute played. Rozier against Middleton. And a wide-open look for Zeller. Offensive rebound. Great D that time for Middleton.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and again the Bucks miss.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Zeller inside, guarded by Bledsoe. Charlotte needs to get a shot. From deep. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Marvin Williams.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
Now, here's Bridges. Right block shot, and he hits the jump shot. Bridges got 5 points so far. Clark for the Bucks. The players said Budenholzer instilled a sense of confidence in the team.
And you know what? Sometimes you have a coaching change, and that injection of a different type of approach and the change in culture can make a big difference. Coach Budenholzer has always shown the ability to get the most out of his roster and shows you what a difference a coach can make.
Williams can't hit. Bucks trail by 4. Here's Bledsoe, and the Bucks miss again.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Rozier with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. Knocks it loose. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biombo is checked in for Cody Zeller. Washington comes in for Williams. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Miles Bridges. And Monks subbed in for Nicholas Batum. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Hill comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's Connaughton. Passes to Lopez. Jacks up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And a nice job from Lopez to catch and shoot in a fluid motion. And for a guy as big as he is, that's really impressive.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Guys, you know, last season the Hornets coming up short at the end. They were right in the hunt, but finished 9th in the East. It really was a solid season for them, but they were hoping for a return to the playoffs.
Here's Connaughton. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Clark, the Hornets, the 9th seed, as you mentioned, they were in it until the end.
And, you know, guys, Charlotte has only made the playoffs once since returning to the Hornets moniker. Thought it might be their year last year. I'm not sure of the direction of the team currently.
And it's blocked. Pass to Giannis. Hill trying to break free. Another shot. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, you appreciate the all-around game of the Greek Freak, hitting the boards with relentlessness.
Charlotte making a switch here. Hernangomez is checked in. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Korver in for Chris Middleton.
The Bucks, a team that will attack you from deep. The team is chock full of shooters.
Yeah, and you know, they shot the second most threes in the league last year, and that approach makes an awful lot of sense when you consider how good Giannis is driving the ball down the throat of the defense. He draws so much attention. Having shooters around him is the right way to go.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Over Kid Gilchrist. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 6. And so the first quarter is in the books. Bucks lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Washington. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Bucks, they've got Antetokounmpo. Kyle Korver is out there with George Hill. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's Connaughton in at the 3 spot.
Hey, offensive rebounding. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
At the top of the key, Kid Gilchrist. Hernangomez against Ilyasova. 5 to shoot. Knocked loose. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And James Borrego, in his second year as head coach, wants an offense that relies on quick decision-making. They are looking to attack defenses early.
And, you know, that kind of offense, Greg, is one that's not easy to put into place. You've got to trust the players, and the players have to trust each other, and the players have to make good decisions. It's a steep learning curve, but I really think it's the ideal way to play once you get it all ironed out.
Here's Monk following the basket by Giannis. Here's Hernangomez. Lays it up off the glass. Hernangomez has got his second bucket.
Sharing the basketball is a part of the game that Monk needs to continue to add to complement his shooting.
Hill looking around. No good. Shot missing. And the Hornets now going the other way. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Monk for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Monk's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here is Hill. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Batum against Korver, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Charlotte making a switch here. Bridges checks in. The Bucks also with the sub. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Hill. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. 6 to shoot. Hernan Gomez against Bledsoe. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
It seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
Biyombo is checked in for the Hornets. Milwaukee also making some changes. Brook Lopez is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Matthews in for Kyle Korver. And he makes both free throws.
Well, you know, the Bucks can be a real force on defense. We're the top-rated defense last season in the league and #1 in rebounding and challenging shooters as well.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. And Clark, the length and size of the Bucks, a big part of their defensive success.
Well, I agree. I mean, versatile defenders across the board for the Bucks. They can handle switches and pick and rolls comfortably. Makes for a very strong defensive force no matter who's on the floor for this team.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Batum. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Marvin Williams is checked in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Hornets with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Bridges. The rebound by Middleton.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Bledsoe outside. Williams with the block.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort. You look at a player like Bismack Biyombo, and I love his presence in the paint. A real rim protector because he's not only got length, but he's also got jumping ability and some girth as well.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
Boy, the upside of Biyombo is impressive. An undersized center who makes up for it with really great heart, especially on defense.
Charlotte making a switch here. Rozier's checked in. That one is no good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Here's Rozier following the basket by Chris Middleton. Rozier the pass to Biyombo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Biombo plays with passion and enthusiasm down in the paint. Excellent at getting the defense to foul him inside.
Charlotte shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
The free throw drops for Biombo. Zeller is checked in for the Hornets. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Bucks leading by 4. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Looking to get back on track here, and there's the nice layup by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And here is Rozier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebound, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. Well, for Milwaukee, Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Reminds me of me at the free throw line. They had a rough half of shooting, under 35%. Some of that was great defense, but a lot of it was poor shot selection. They've got to revise the game plan, get guys open for higher quality.
And that should do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Bridges and Williams holding down those forward positions. Rozier's out there with Batum, and it's Zeller in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Bledsoe against Rozier. Bledsoe outside. Over Rozier. Lopez inside. He's against Zeller. And the dunk by Lopez.
Because of that big body and 7-foot frame, Lopez a handful to keep off the glass.
And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. The city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Miles Bridges. The Bucks also changing it up. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Zeller passes to Rozier. Here's Batum, wide open. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Batum is a great spot up threat. He's quick to get it off, and the stroke is pure.
Hill dishes to Lopez. Hill passes to Lopez. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. And it's Connaughton atop the key. The kick out to Hill from downtown. They get the rebound. Here's Giannis. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. Washington comes in for Williams. And Monks subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And that one misses. Name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example setter. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hornets with possession here. They trail by 11. Ripped away. And the call will be against Hernan Gomez. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Brook Lopez.
Into the lineup for the Bucks. Ilyasova.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And the call will be against Hernan Gomez. And that'll be his third foul so far.
That's his third personal foul.
Now here's Giannis. 12 points for him. And the dunk by Giannis.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
The pass to Hernan Gomez. Pulls from the top of the key. And the Hornets miss again.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Outside Hill. Pass to Antetokounmpo. He kicks it to Ilyasova. Korver gets a wide open look. Cans it from downtown. Korver's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hornets trail by 16. Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Hernan Gomez. But Charlotte making a switch here. Biombo's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Brook Lopez is checked in for Ilyasova. And 1:01 left here in the third quarter. Biombo with the block.
And this is something Biombo excels in. Timing and blocking shots.
Monk with the ball. He's got 6. Right side, Kid Gilchrist. Ambo trying to break free. Here's Giannis. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
And the Hornets call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets. And then for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton's checked in for Corver. Matthews comes in for Pat Connaughton. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. To the inside, Washington had a hand on it.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
From deep, and no good in the last second attempt this time. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Milwaukee on top, delivering the blowout. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Setting the floor for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews, and it's Middleton in at the small forward.
It's a major challenge trying to contain Bledsoe. I mean, when he's being aggressive, he puts the defense in a tough spot.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
The first free throw is good. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Marvin Williams is checked in for the Hornets. Bledsoe hits them both. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively, be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
Pass to Zeller. Outside, Batum. Williams kicks to Bridges. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Monk. The tray. It's good from long range.
Nothing quite as good as seeing Monk shoot that 3-ball. I mean, fantastic at measuring those long-range shots up and knocking them down.
Here's Bledsoe. Softly drops in the floater.
And even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting it.
Monk kicks to Bridges. Back to Monk from outside the arc. Milwaukee with the rebound. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one. about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. That shot missing. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Kicks to Bridges. There's the pass to Zeller. Pass to Monk. Takes the three. Outside, Batum passes it to Monk. Pass to Bridges. Batum inside the three-point line. That one rolling around and rims out. Bridges against Middleton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
It's really easy to admire and respect the explosiveness of Middleton. I mean, if you give this guy a lane to the basket, he'll take full advantage of it right away.
Here's Monk to the right side. Bridges kicks to Batum. Over Giannis. Monk for three. No good on the shot. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And Bledsoe, here we go. And that one drops. Bledsoe's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And you know what? I like the tough-mindedness of Bledsoe. I mean, it's never easy trying to keep him under control, especially when he's driving the ball.
Outside, Batum. Now the pass to Williams to end the cold streak. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting two. And the foul called on the Milwaukee Bucks. And like many big men in the league, Clark, as he's aged, Marvin Williams has relied more on his outside shooting.
You know, he's been in the league a long time, guys, but when he first came in back in the mid-2000s, there was less emphasis on forwards being able to shoot the ball from outside. Give him a lot of credit for adjusting to the league and honing a shot that has always been a skill that's been part of his package. He can knock down the deep shot now.
And the first one at the line is good. Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, two outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
And Williams drops them both. Well, Greg, this is the 15th season for the veteran Marvin Williams, former #2 overall pick back in 2005.
And even though he has never been an all-star, Williams has always been a contributor to teams. Still can give you good rebounding and scoring in a variety of roles.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bucks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating.
Outstanding at penetrating to the rack. It's one of the strongest parts of Michael Kidd Gilchrist's game, and once he gets a step on the defense, you've got to foul it.
Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
That one is off. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Still plenty of room to get better. Kid Gilchrist doing his best to become an all-around player.
Outside Hill. Pass to Brown. Over Kid Gilchrist. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's